Cole kids were broke and pretending not to be. Marcus Cole sat at the head of his pretty dining table in Crestwood Heights, the kind of gated neighborhood where debt wears cologne and smiles. The house said wealth. His account said this is over. He poured wine like a good host. More Cabernet, Tasha? Tasha, 44, never looked up from her phone. He's still threatening to leak it. He wants 40,000 by Friday. Caleb snorted. That's cute. I owe 150 to people who don't text reminders. They show up. Marcus swallowed. I can't help either of you. Crestline collapsed. My investors pulled out. I'm done. Silence. This wasn't a tough month. This was ruin. So then we get a bridge loan, Tasha said calmly. Short term. From who? Marcus said. I've got nothing left to borrow against. Caleb leaned forward. Stop acting like we're alone. We have parents. They're sitting on a paid-off house, pension, mama's CDs. That's cash. Marcus shook his head. Pop's not giving us a cent. Tasha's voice softened. They're old now. She's 70. He's 73. She forgets things sometimes. He moves slow. They shouldn't be in that house anyway. Marcus tensed. Watch it. I'm being practical, she said. We move them into assisted living. We get medical and financial power of attorney, just to protect them. Pop doesn't have to sign the house over, just sign authority. That's normal. Judges do that every day. Marcus stared at the table. Caleb added, we're not stealing, we're managing. You, me, Tasha. It keeps us from drowning. Tasha leaned in. Marcus, I'm getting blackmailed. Caleb's in debt. Your name's about to hit the business news. We're almost out of time. Marcus didn't say yes, but he didn't say no. That was enough. Raymond and Lena Cole didn't think of themselves as elderly. They thought of themselves as steady. Their house on Maple Bend wasn't luxury. It was theirs. Brick, azaleas, a 90s couch, Lena refused to replace. Raymond, 73, walked slow, but nothing about his mind was slow. Lena, 70, misplaced her glasses sometimes and laughed about it. Lena, Raymond called from the kitchen. You changed something on the bank app? Got an alert about new device access. Before she answered, the doorbell rang. It's Tasha, Lena smiled. Said she might stop by. Raymond muttered, 3 visits in 2 weeks? Lord is moving. Raymond, Lena warned. Tasha came in sweet, gifts in hand. Ma, I brought your soaps and a shawl. You look beautiful, she said, kissing Lena. Daddy, she said softly. Come give me a hug. He hugged her. What you need, girl? Tasha laughed. Can I just visit? No, Raymond said. She sat Lena down like a nurse on day 1. Ma, we've noticed you've been a little forgetful lately. Everybody forgets, Lena said. Exactly, Tasha said. So I talked to this neurologist from Marcus's building. We can get you screened, just to document baseline. And while we're doing that, we should update paperwork, health directive, power of attorney. Nothing scary. Just in case someone needs to pay bills for you two. We pay our bills, Raymond said. Tasha gave him that old man smile. After she left, after snapping pictures of Lena's files just to organize them for you, Ma. Lena whispered, they're just trying to help, Ray. No, Raymond said. They're circling. Lena went quiet. You think this is about our money? Yes, he said. It sped up fast. Marcus brought docs that need signatures. Caleb came with glossy brochures for a premium memory retreat. Tasha kept saying loudly in front of people, Mama, you don't drive anymore, right? Like it was already true. Then Caleb showed up with the big move. Great news, he said. Got y'all into Forest Haven. It's exclusive. They teach memory retention, fresh air therapy. I already paid. We leave tomorrow, just a weekend. Lena frowned. Tomorrow? I've got my garden meeting. This is more important than the garden club, Caleb said. Raymond stared. Where is it? Upstate, Caleb said too fast. They keep the address private, for safety. Lena watched Raymond. Her look said, if we refuse and they're really trying to help, we look ungrateful. If we go and you're right, we'll know. One weekend, Raymond said. That's it. That night, he packed like a man who understood danger. Pills, cash, a pocket knife, emergency contacts. And before leaving, he opened the voice recorder app his granddaughter taught him, hit record, and tucked the phone in his jacket. Caleb drove them way out, past street signs, past cell service, deep under pines. He stopped in a clearing. No facility, no staff. Just trees. Lena blinked. Where's the place? They'll meet us out here, Caleb said. Cars stress residents. They keep it calm. He poured coffee from a thermos. 3 cups. Raymond only pretended to drink. Lena didn't. Marcus and Tasha arrived in matching athleisure. No bags, no blankets, no meds. Raymond just looked at them. Daddy, Tasha said gently, please don't panic. This is all safe. There is no retreat, Raymond said. Marcus switched on his calm voice. Pop, y'all can't keep up that house. We're trying to protect what you built so it doesn't. Protect? Raymond said. By drugging my wife? By getting us to sign authority? By dropping us somewhere so when we're found confused, a judge says, oh yes, they need supervised care? And then you rush the paperwork and move the assets? Caleb flinched. Pop, Raymond pulled out his phone and showed them the red recording bar. Everything you said in that car, he said quietly. All your little plans. All on tape. They froze. Before anybody could spin, Lena swayed. Ray, I feel funny. Raymond reached for her and felt his own legs go heavy. Marcus leaned in, voice fake soft. We're just gonna walk y'all a little in, okay? Sit you somewhere calm. Somebody'll come by. Once they find y'all confused and dehydrated, it'll prove what we've been saying. The paperwork will move faster. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. Raymond felt his knees weaken as Caleb and Marcus guided him and Lena off the dirt road. Deeper between trees. One thought cut through the drug fog, sharp and bright. My own kids are about to leave us out here, alive, in daylight, to die slow, and call it care. He grabbed Lena's hand. He did not let go. Raymond woke up in cold pine needles. Lena was slumped next to him on a thin blanket, breathing, weak, skin cool. Lena, he whispered, shaking, baby, wake up. Her eyelids fluttered. Ray, where? In the woods, he said. They left us. Her face shifted. Confusion, hurt, then anger. Our own babies, she whispered. He couldn't even say yes. He just held her hand. Then she breathed in, steadied herself, and said, okay. Then we get out. That snapped him back. They weren't totally helpless. They had 2 sandwiches, some water and a thermos, their coats, no phone, no light, no map. He built a quick lean-to from branches to block the wind and keep Lena off the dirt. We move at daylight, he told her. I'm not letting us wander blind in the dark and break a leg. She nodded weakly against his shoulder. I'm cold. I know. All night he stayed awake, listening to the trees, feeling his heartbeat trip. At some point Lena said into his chest, where did we go wrong? He whispered back, we didn't. They did. She murmured, if we live through this, it doesn't go back. You know that, right? I know, he said, but we're living through it. By morning, Lena was shaky but alert. They finished the second sandwich, saved the last of the water, and started moving slow. They picked a direction that looked less dense. The forest fought them. Roots grabbed. Raymond used a fallen branch as a cane. Lena leaned on him. They stopped every few minutes so she could breathe. By late morning she was pale and dry-mouthed. We don't have water, she whispered. Raymond scanned the ground, thinking like he used to teach his students to think. Track patterns, not panic. Water runs down, darker soil means damp. They followed a shallow dip, and finally, thank God, found a little trickle bubbling between rocks. He checked it, let Lena sip, then filled the thermos. Her face came back to life. Follow it, Lena said. Yup, he said. Water leads to people. They walked along the widening stream. Hours passed. The trees began thinning. Then they saw it. A little pond, and a cabin tucked under pines, wood smoke curling from a chimney. Lena grabbed his arm. Raymond, please tell me you see a house. I see it, he said. Question is, we about to get helped or shot? Before they could knock, the door opened. A tall older black man stood there. Silver beard, calm, watchful. He said. Y'all took longer than I expected. Come in before you fall out. Raymond froze. You don't just walk into a stranger's cabin in the middle of nowhere. Then Lena swayed again, and that was that. Inside smelled like stew and soap, warm stove, clean blankets. It felt safe. The man moved like he couldn't fully see, but he knew his space. Name's Ed, he said. Sit. Drink this. It's tea, not poison. Shock hits harder than you think. They drank. After a minute, Raymond said, voice breaking, I'm Raymond. This is my wife, Lena. Our kids drove us out here and left us. Ed didn't flinch, he said. Yeah, happens more than you think now. Raymond blinked. Excuse me? Ed stirred the pot slow. You ain't the first couple I've seen dropped so nature can handle the paperwork. Won't be the last. Kids want the house and accounts. Mama and Daddy in the way. So Mama and Daddy wandered off. Judge signs. Money moves. Real tidy. Lena covered her mouth. People do this to their own parents? Especially to us, Ed said. Old black folks become inconvenient real fast. Raymond felt sick, but he also felt something else. They weren't alone. Ed nodded toward the door. Eat, he said. Rest, then I'll show you where you really are. He smiled, small and sure. You're in Forest Haven, he said. The real one. Raymond thought Forest Haven meant Ed and maybe one cousin. He was wrong. The next morning, Lena was under a clean blanket, warm, breathing steady. Ed handed them bread, eggs, jam, real food. Then Martha walked in like she ran the place. Martha was Lena's age, sharp eyes, wrapped hair, voice like, "Don't test me." Behind her came Lucille, built like a nurse who wins arguments, and June, soft voice, watchful, then Harold, then Sophia. Within an hour, Raymond realized this wasn't a single cabin, it was a hidden village. Cabins tucked between trees, smoke from multiple chimneys, a big shared lodge with a fireplace, shelves of books, meds organized like a clinic, a long table like Sunday dinner, a garden plot, rain barrels, tools, systems, people, black elders, alive. This wasn't chaos, it was organized survival. Martha pointed at the lodge. That's where we eat, plan, argue, sing, cry, all that, she said. Welcome to the table. In the lodge, folks introduced themselves like testimony. I'm Harold, said a thin older man. My stepdaughter said I was getting confused. Translation, she wanted my accounts. Dropped me in the woods, told folks I wandered. I didn't die. Hi? I'm Sophia, said a woman with a slight tremor. Hospice nurse. My kids said my Parkinson's made me a liability. Translation. I stopped writing checks. Now I run meds, inventory, and attitude. Lucille crossed her arms. My nephew said, Auntie, come breathe fresh air. It'll heal you. Fresh air, my behind. He left me in a ditch with a protein bar. Now I run perimeter. June smiled softly. I sew and cook, and I make sure Lucille doesn't slap anybody, she said. Everyone laughed. Raymond had to sit down. For the first time since the clearing, Lena's face actually relaxed. Ed leaned in the doorway. We call this place Forest Haven, he said. We built it because the world decided we were disposable. People get dumped, we find them if we can. We patch them up. They can leave or stay. Lena whispered, People really go back? Sometimes, Sophia said. We get them safe, link them to a cousin they trust, get them a lawyer who won't steal. But most of us? She motioned around. We stay. June added softly, Stay means you live here, you contribute, you're respected. You're not a burden, you're part of the circle. Lucille nodded. We don't sit quiet and wait to die out here. We have birthdays out here. We talk loud out here. That's the difference. Lena covered her mouth and cried. Not from hurt this time, from relief. Raymond breathed out like something unclenched in his chest. We'll help, he said. Everybody grinned. Martha clapped. Good, she said. Now you're hired. Life started immediately. They gave Lena and Raymond a tiny cabin under the trees, warm stove, clean sheets, compost toilet, door that locked, safe. Rent's due, Lucille said. Raymond blinked. Rent? Lucille smirked. Rent means you pitch in. You don't disappear when it's your turn to carry. Raymond laughed. We can afford that. That night at dinner, nobody asked them for money. Nobody asked them to sign anything. Nobody called them confused. They asked real questions. You on blood pressure meds daily, or just when it spikes? You sign anything those kids gave you? Who in your family is actually safe? After stew and cornbread, Harold leaned toward Raymond. I heard you taught economics, he said. 32 years, Raymond said. Harold smiled. Good. We're building an off-the-books support network. Quiet services for cash or supplies, tutoring, taxes, grief counseling, garden setup. We need structure. You in? For the first time in months, someone wanted Raymond's mind, not his signature. I'm in, he said. Across the table, Martha nudged Lena. We're starting reading circle, she said. We need someone to organize all these books and tell Lucille to stop putting cookbooks next to James Baldwin. You interested? Lena blinked. How did you know I used to teach lit? Martha grinned. Because you talk in paragraphs. Lena laughed. Yes, she whispered. I can do that. Good, Martha said. Professor, you're on schedule. That night in their little cabin, Lena whispered, Raymond, I don't want to go back. He pulled her close. We're not. Tears ran quietly down her face. I still love them, she said. But what they did in those trees, the mama they thought they had, she's gone. He kissed her forehead. We don't owe them our lives anymore. She exhaled. Then we stay. They fell asleep, not scared, rooted. Forest Haven wasn't retirement, it was purpose. Every morning, people met in the lodge and ran through needs like a crew, not victims. Who needs meds logged? Who's running perimeter tonight? Who's going to town for supplies? Who's cooking? Everybody did something. Nobody was useless. Raymond felt his body and mind wake back up. He split wood, hauled water, walked boundaries with Ed. At night, he and Harold built what they called the Forest Haven Support Network. We can't survive on panic money forever, Harold said. We're sitting on talent, Raymond said. We should quietly offer services in town, cash only, groceries and meds also acceptable. No names, no IDs. We help them, they help us. A co-op, Harold said. No, Raymond said. An elder-run black co-op, off the books, clean. Lena turned the lodge into a library and a healing circle. She labeled shelves, fiction, knowledge, skills, healing, our history. Then she added a section, write your own, with blank notebooks. Take one, she told everyone. Write what happened to you. Your kids don't get to be the only ones telling that story. Twice a week she held circle. Lanterns low, chairs in a ring, people said the quiet part out loud. One night Harold said, my stepdaughter told folks, he wanders sometimes. So when she abandoned me, the whole church said, what a shame, but we knew this was coming. I sat on the ground thinking, maybe I deserved it. No one spoke for a long time. Then Lena said, steady. You're not in the way. You're the point. After a while, folks started calling her professor. She fake groaned. She loved it. And all that mama's getting forgetful? Gone. Lucille checked her BP and laughed. You weren't slipping, she told Lena. You were being gaslit. When somebody calls you confused every day, you start to believe it. You're fine. You just needed water and people who ain't using you. Lena laughed so hard she cried. Seasons turned. The pond iced at the edges. Forest Haven sealed drafts, stocked meds, rotated watch. They were ready. Sophia drove Raymond into town one day in a hidden pickup. Rules, she said. No names. You're my uncle. You don't say Forest Haven. If you see someone from your old life, you keep walking. You don't exist. Understand? I understand, Raymond said. At a rural supply stop, Sophia bartered for rice, meds, batteries. While she talked to the owner, Raymond drifted toward the newspaper rack, then froze. Caleb. Caleb was in the store. He looked wrecked, hollow, whispering harshly into his phone. I'm telling you, Tasha, I don't know if they're really gone, he hissed. The lawyer said we need something physical or the judge won't sign. Marcus said the window's closing. I'm in the area now. I'm checking again. Raymond felt fire in his chest. Judge. Sign. Proof. They were trying to get a court to hand over everything. Pension, house, savings. But the court wouldn't finalize without evidence the parents were basically dead. So Caleb was back hunting for bodies. Sophia slid up beside Raymond like she was picking gum. We're leaving, she murmured. Now. In the truck, Raymond stared ahead. That was my son. I figured, Sophia said. He's out here because the judge won't declare us gone yet, Raymond said. He needs proof. So he's still looking? Sophia nodded. Then he's a problem. Raymond's jaw clenched. Yeah. Sophia didn't blink. Then we fixed the problem. That night, Forest Haven called counsel. Ed, Martha, Lucille, June, Sophia, Harold, Lena, Raymond. Raymond explained what he heard. The judge, the deadline, the evidence. They're running out of time, Harold said. They tried to declare you incompetent and grab everything, but legally it's not airtight without bodies. So what now? Lena asked quietly. Sophia said it clean. We fake your deaths. Lena sucked in a breath. Sophia kept going. We stage a fall site, somewhere dangerous. We leave personal items, ring, locket, ID. Like y'all slipped and went down. No bodies. Just heartbreak. Court says yeah, tragic, presumed dead. Your kids get whatever crumbs they were chasing, and they stop coming up here with cops or worse. Lena's hands shook, but her voice didn't. You're saying we die on paper? Yes, Harold said. And you stay alive in peace. Martha leaned forward. Understand, once we do this, you're done with that world. No calls, no holidays, no mama I'm outside. You're gone forever. Lena slid her hand into Raymond's. They already buried us, she whispered. We're just writing the obituary ourselves, Raymond nodded. We do it. Within weeks, the plan worked. Cars stopped creeping near the woods. A tiny article ran back in their city. Local couple presumed dead after becoming disoriented on wellness trip. It talked about cognitive decline in aging parents. Lena read it and actually laughed. Cognitive decline, she said. I'm out here running a library and a whole emotional triage unit, but sure, baby. Forest Haven wasn't just surviving anymore, it was defending itself. And it was getting organized. Organized black elders with nothing left to lose? That's not soft. That's power. Almost a year passed. Forest Haven grew into a system. quiet supply lines, barter economy, a clinic corner, a watch rota, a teaching schedule, an archive of everyone's story so nobody could rewrite it. Raymond and Harold's support network brought in what the Haven needed, not charity, payment. Lena's circle turned into a living record. People were literally handing her notebooks and saying, "If I go first, don't let them lie about me." Forest Haven had become something people swear doesn't exist, a sanctuary built by the very elders everybody tried to throw away. It could have ended there, but Forest Haven doesn't leave rot unchecked. So on December 21st, exactly 1 year after the kids tried to dump them, 3 envelopes went out, no return address. Just 1 year has passed. The forest remembers. If you want answers, come back to where it started. Midday, December 21st. Come alone. 1 to Marcus, 1 to Tasha, 1 to Caleb. They all showed. Guilt drags. Marcus arrived looking ruined, not rich. Tasha came next, no glam, just panic. Caleb last, thinner, haunted. They met in the same clearing where they'd tried to leave their parents to die. Marcus called into the trees, "Okay, this isn't funny, you got 5 seconds to—" The trees shifted. Ed stepped out first, calm, tall, silver beard. "I'm Ed," he said. "I'm who you talk to when nobody in your life tells you the truth anymore." Tasha bristled. "If this is blackmail—" "We don't want your money," Ed said. "That disease is yours, not ours." Caleb's voice cracked. "Are our parents alive?" "Yes," another voice said. They turned. Raymond and Lena stepped out from between the trees, alive, standing, clear-eyed. Tasha broke instantly. "Mama," she sobbed. "Oh my God, Mama, I'm sorry, I'm so—" Lena lifted a hand. "No, we're not hugging, you don't get that." Caleb stumbled forward. "Dad, I swear I didn't mean things, just—" "Don't lie," Raymond said. Calm. Marcus tried to sound smooth. "Pop, let's just talk like adults." Raymond looked at him and took the whole room back. "You drugged your mama," he said evenly. "You drove us out here. You walked us off the road. You said, once somebody finds them confused and dehydrated, the judge will sign fast. You talked about moving assets and protecting what they built, which meant stealing what we earned. Then you left us on the ground and planned to tell people we wandered off. I recorded the whole thing from the minute we left the house. Your voices are clear." They went silent. Caleb looked sick. "You recorded?" "Yes," Raymond said. "And before you try something stupid, that file already lives somewhere you'll never touch." Marcus swallowed. "So what now? You going to the police?" Lena actually laughed. "Baby, you think I'm dragging myself into some courthouse so a stranger can call me confused and let you cry about, 'We tried our best'? Please." "We didn't bring you here for court," Raymond said. "We brought you for clarity." Lena's voice was steady. "Listen close. This is the last time." Tasha nodded frantically, crying. "Mama, please, I'm sorry." Lena didn't raise her voice. "1 year ago you chose money over us," she said. "Today we make it official. We are alive. We are safe. We are not coming back. There will be no calls, no holidays, no Mama, can you sign this? We're done." Caleb stared. "Done? You can't just—" "Yes," Lena said softly. "We can." Raymond added, "As of today you do not have parents. You have the memory of some, that's it." That hit all 3 of them like a shovel. Tasha broke. Caleb shook. Marcus just stood there, quiet for once. Marcus finally managed, "And the money?" There it was. The real question. Ed actually let out a little laugh. Harold stepped forward, smooth. "Before y'all tried to get fake power of attorney and freeze their accounts," he said, "they moved everything. House, pension, savings, all of it." Caleb blinked. "Moved it where?" "Into Forest Foundation," Sophia said. "It's a non-profit that exists to protect elders like them from people like you. We relocate people before you can stash them in the woods. We set up safe money. We fight for them if we can. Your parents' assets fund that now. Not you." Marcus stared. "You gave our inheritance to strangers?" Raymond raised an eyebrow. "You mean the inheritance you tried to steal while we were still breathing?" "Yes. We gave it to people who didn't poison us." Caleb's voice cracked. "I'm in trouble, Dad. Real trouble. I needed that money. I've had people on me all year." "You needed us alive," Raymond said. "You should have thought of that before you set us down like trash." Tasha was shaking, sobbing. "Mama, please, please. I didn't mean, I was scared. I'm sorry. Please, please don't leave me." Lena's face softened for 1 split second. Love doesn't just shut off, then hardened again. "I still love you," she said quietly. "All of you. I always will. That part doesn't change. But I do not trust you. That part died in these trees." Silence hummed. Caleb swallowed. So, we just act like you're dead? Raymond nodded. You've already been doing that. Ed clapped once, low. Meeting's over, he said. You heard them. Marcus tried, weak, if you ever need anything. Raymond cut him a look. If we ever need anything, he said, we'll ask family. He turned his back to them and nodded toward Forest Haven, not toward his children. That was the final cut. Lena glanced back one last time. About those little things that showed up this year, she said. The ring, the locket, that voicemail? Tasha's eyes went wide. That voicemail. I thought I was hearing ghosts. Lena's mouth curved. Sure, final. The forest provides, she said, and it remembers. They didn't understand. By the time they would, it wouldn't matter, because Lena and Raymond were already walking away, hand in hand, deeper into trees that now felt like home, surrounded by people who had earned the right to call them family. On the walk back, nobody in Forest Haven cheered. It wasn't revenge. It was clean. When the cabins came into view, wood smoke curling, stew on the air, voices laughing, Lena finally breathed out. You think they understood what they lost? She asked. Understanding takes humility, Raymond said. That's a muscle they never built. Maybe one day, Lena whispered. Maybe, he said. But that's not our job anymore. They stepped into the clearing, their people, their life. I'm glad we didn't die out here, Lena said softly. Raymond smiled. We did, he said. Just not the way they planned. They walked to their cabin, shoulders touching, warm light in the windows. Behind them the trees stood like witnesses. The forest had kept them. The forest had defended them. The forest had remembered, and it would be ready for whoever needed saving next. The forest did not swallow Lena and Raymond. It sheltered them, sharpened them, and gave them a new kind of family. One built on loyalty, not greed. Their children came looking for inheritance, but what they found was the cost of betrayal. So tell me, were Lena and Raymond right to disappear from their old life forever, or should they have given their children one last chance? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if this story moved you, please subscribe. Because stories like this remind us why love must never be confused with access, money, or control. Also, tell me the city you're watching from. I'd love to know how far this story has traveled. Thank you for watching. Sometimes the people they throw away become the ones who build the safest place.